Hey, what's going on? It's your tech homie once again live, getting the camera straight, getting our situation straight here. And I pushed back the time more than a few times, right? So I appreciate everybody for being patient. Whoever's gonna fall in here with me, got a few things to go over. Got a few things to go over, man. Got a few people actually engaged with me about this before we even got it kicked off. A few people engaged with me online, like it's crazy to finance your IT training. Your company should pay for it. What if your company doesn't pay for it? That's coming from a place of assuming your company will pay for it. They might not pay for it. Can't be a zombie and sit around and watch everybody pass you up while they pay for their certifications and their training and that experience through the boot camp. So hopefully people check this out. I have some new camera equipment coming in this week. My brother Victor, he's gonna help me out with the production. I definitely look forward to that, so we can get some screen sharing, some visualization and stuff up here. You know what the people like, some 4K, all of that. Definitely looking forward to that. Right, I think we're gonna get it kicked off now. We're almost at the 2 minute mark. It's your tech homie coming in live and direct. Before we get started, I'm gonna read out some travel and tourism statistics. The article I found on LinkedIn looks like it's sponsored by Cruise Savings. How do consumers pay for travel? Like, cause that's kind of the thesis of this video. Like, we finance everything else for consumption. Why do we? Why do we look down on financing for training? Why do we look down on having a payment plan for training? In the world of Klarna and Afterpay and Zip Quad Pay, what's wrong with having a payment plan or even financing your IT trainer? What's wrong with that? I don't see anything wrong with that personally. All right, so let's take a look at some of these stats real quick. So it says most people save for vacations. Majority of people save 4 to 6 months in all age groups, from Gen Zs, Millennials, Gen X to Boomers. Everybody saves. Um, most people save in each of those uh, age groups: 33, 35, 42, and 33%. Most people save 4 to 6 months. So that's quite a damn long time for you to be saving. Um, and I can only imagine what the non-average American is saving for that. Another statistic: how are you planning to save up for your next vacation? 40% people said leaving extra money in your checking or your saving. 37% said stashing away cash. So pretty much the same thing, stashing away cash. You got 77, over 3/4 of people saying we're going to just leave extra money and spend less. Some statistics that are not as uniform across the age groups. It says how much debt have you gone into from a vacation? Gen Z says up to 3,000. Majority millennials say up to 1,500. I'm in that group, millennial group. Gen Xers, it's a split between up to 3,000 and up to 1,500. So you can say, between 500 and 3,000 because it's a range. And then Boomers, 43%. Big ballers, between 1,500 and 3,000. And then the other half of them, pretty much the other half, 37%, between 500 and 1,500. How people pay for the trip, very few use their miles or points, 14% to be exact. Most people use debit card, cash, or credit card. 32% coming in for credit card, third place. So this is an article on that LinkedIn article I shared, published by Cruise Savings. So it doesn't have too many sponsorships and ads in here, so it's definitely worth a read. So basically, what I got in all of that is that most people are saving extra money. Most people are saving for vacations, for a lot of reasons. Maybe they feel like they deserve to go into debt for this. Um, Maybe people feel like they need a break, whatever. People are doing this for a reason. So if most people are saving, what does it say, 1500 to 3000 to go into set and to go into debt on vacation. I wonder how much they're spending that's a part of their checking and not their debt. But yeah, there's a lot of questions to have about the study. But what's stopping you from like doubling your salary and getting into six figures? What is stopping you from that? Is it the lack of money? Is it not having faith? See, most of the time when I deal with students, it's a lot of self doubt, it's a lot of imposter syndrome. It's not the money. Even when I deal with people who are not students, even people who are looking to get into the program, they're not. It's not really a lack of money. It's really like, is this thing worth my time? Is it worth the investment? How quick can I get it back? Of course, right? Everybody wants to know about ROI. So I'm asking you personally, what's prevented you? If you see a program out there that's in your career path that is $1,000, 2,000, 5,000, what's stopping you from enrolling to that program? There are even some programs that I see, and I'll share in a second, where you have monthly subscriptions. Monthly subscription, you get in with the class, you have an instructor, you can ask questions, you can interact, you can show them your digital portfolio. Like, there's a lot of programs out there where people are paying 100, 200, 300, 400, $500 a month as a subscription to learn things. Okay. One of the feedback I've received from someone in a Facebook group was, hey, you can just do self-paced. Well, not everybody learns, it- not everybody can attain information in the self-paced option. Your self-paced option is like YouTube, Coursera, Udemy. Like that doesn't fit every demographic, every kind of person. You have some people who are visual learners. You have some people who need to have their hand held. You have some people who need like a one-on-one coaching. There's all kind of learning styles. Self-paced is not for everybody. If it was, we'll all be engineers. Okay, so there are some people who truly want to be engineers, but they're like, look, YouTube is just not going to get it for me. Um, so if you're not like a self-paced learner, there are subscription options. Specifically LTV Academy, I'm going to share that in the group. If you want to get into data science, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Just my opinions for the thumbs up. If you want to get into data science, you have a $300 a month monthly subscription where you can go in, interact with the live instructor. Like, it's not only $1,000 to $3,000 training programs. You have things that are like $100, $200 monthly. And y'all go check out Just My Opinion on YouTube. Just YouTube, Just My Opinion, and it'll pop up. He does all your latest TV series, movies, from Raising Kanan, from freaking the Shazam. He does it all. Y'all should go check him out. That's my boy. Definitely worth a like and subscription for sure. So if you check out ltvacademy.com, he has a $300, I think it's like 297 to be exact, subscription to learn about data science. I've talked about data science ad nauseum on this channel. So if you go through this Your Tech Homie playlist, you'll see plenty of data science conversation about my wife's journey. There's a $300 a month subscription there. There's even a cheaper subscription there for something else. That's for you to go check out. Um, of course, I have to plug in this option. If you want to get into Agile or Scrum, I see a lot of teachers, a lot of people from the education background get into this. If you want to get into Agile or Scrum, go to academy.mensatech. There's finance in there. It's not a payment plan, but there's a finance in there. If you qualify for financing, you can get to stretch out your payments. Well, there actually is a payment plan. There's a two payment plan and there's a three-part payment plan. And if you can't do the payment plan, there's a longer term financing option, actually. I lied. So, yes, there is a payment plan and there's a financial option. So, those are two options right there. So, is it lack of money? Is it self doubt? Let me give you some confidence if you're listening and you're kind of struggling in your confidence. You're not really struggling in the direction to go to, but you're struggling in your confidence. So, the the exam is always harder than the job, right? Whatever you do in life, your exam, the curriculum, the textbook, it will always be harder than the job. You can ask any doctor. You can ask any uh, math instructor. You can ask any person like me in IT. You're studying the content in the workbook. all that will be much harder than the job itself. I promise you. When you get into a job, they'll likely train you in what they want you to do in their own way. They might even have an online learning academy if you're working for a larger company. They have like a whole online learning academy where they can show you from scratch how to do your job, especially how to do it in their flavor. Um, so don't be scared about the exam when you read. Just know that like if this is the area of work I want to get into, if this is kind of work life balance I want to enjoy, if this is the kind of work I want to do, like cybersecurity or something, then um, don't let the content of the textbook scare you. The job will always be easier. Anything that you see for the first time will always look harder anyway. So don't let that stop you from getting into this stuff. Um, when's the last time you used the Pythagorean theorem? Probably not recently. So that lets you know that just because you failed that part in algebra, that your life is still pretty grand. The exam, the test, the content in the workbook, your high school, it's a lot harder than your actual real life, right? So it's a lot easier, a lot more grace, maybe a little more grace. Maybe you can like spray paint on the bathroom walls, but a lot more grace, a lot more to learn. You'll see that, oh, I can actually learn this when you get out in life. This is just like the same thing in IT. Just like the same thing in IT. You get out there, you learn, you get better, you train. All right. So self doubt, maybe lack of money. Another thing that can maybe bring you some confidence, your work life balance. If you meet people in IT, our work life balance is usually 5 stars. Whether we work remote, whether we work hybrid, I usually see in this industry that your work life balance will be better than most of your peers around you, at least in my experience for sure. Um, a lot of times our work, uh, rather, a lot of jobs in the IT industry, our work is like independent and autonomous. So we might be given a set of directions or given a standard to deliver something, and we're expected to deliver it at that standard. Um, and so we're not micromanaged a lot. And that's not all jobs, but that is a lot of jobs in IT. Okay. Um, I just looked it up actually, and it says, according to, of course, a survey, first one that comes up on remote.com. Well, it ranks all the industries. Information and communication is number fourth, but it's number four. Engineering is number three too. But it's actually not that clear because it says like real estate and you can do IT and real estate and stuff. But if you look at another article, I see that tech and real estate is at the top as well. Like this is an industry where you have good work-life balance. If you go to upskill.com, also it lists tech as number two. Information technology, I see that's number two industry, best work-life balance. So I'm sure there's a lot of studies and stuff you can look at this stuff, but I am confident in my working years and having friends and associates from different industries and different skill sets that my work-life balance is on par with a king. Kidding, not a king, but my work-life balance is great. I do have, of course, weekends off. My evenings are not too crazy. Um, and this is not only for people in the Scrum Agile space. This is for developers and engineers and UX people. A lot of that. Um, you look at Glassdoor, top 10 best companies for work-life balance. All the top companies are technology companies until you get to the sixth one. The first five are technology companies. Eight, nine, 10 are all technology companies. Um, yeah, I think I rest my case there. It's definitely worth that grind. And if according to those stats, most people are saving for 4 to 6 months before they go on vacation. That's time you can be using to spend, to save, or to have a payment plan or to finance for your IT training. It's a great return on investment when you can spend, let's say, $3,000 over a course of a year to almost double your salary to get to six figures. That's a great ROI if you ask me. It's definitely worth it. Um, I'm going to rest my case. As I promised, I'm going to try to make a lot of these videos at 15 minutes. If you have any questions, you should join my Facebook group, Man in Technology. Just go on Facebook, Man in Technology. You can check us out, have a conversation there, have a safe space. Check out the links as well in the description. I have links to some of the programs. I have links to the Facebook group. Um, it's definitely worth it. Don't let two, three, $4,000 stop you from doubling your salary. It's something that you can absolutely do, and I know that you can do because you've done everything else. And this is just another obstacle for you to do or to take over. In my last video, I talked about getting to six figures by 2024. Hey, it's about to be April. That makes it more than 8 months. For sure, you can get to that in 8 months. So make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe. Peace out. It's your tech homie.